Okay, guys, right, this is Roger here and I think it's extra. We're doing a bit of an X now because I believe DJ Blue, not the host,
DJ Blue,
the host of the mostest, of the mostest greatest high Jah Rasta.
Bring it. That's cool.
Say, that guy's still Sorry, you're gonna hear personal slams probably. Or we've just trying to hit each other. We've side hits. You go. Did he really say? Yes, he said that still. And Blue can come back at me because usually people can't come back at me, but I think Blue has the capability to come back at me.
I'm there, bro. I'm. It's the whole. You know what? It's the comedian in me.
Okay,
prepared for that stuff, man. So I'm excited, man.
I learned while doing youth Sunday school class, teaching it. That's how I learned my skill set.
What, from Sunday school?
Yeah, from teaching youth.
You know what Sunday school taught me?
Go on.
Is when I used to go Sunday school, they used to give us these like little tokens, and if you're good, you can use it at the tuck shop. Yeah. Sunday school was the first place that taught me how to rob the vouchers so I could make my money, and then I used that skill to invest when I was in secondary school and made money. So they made me an entrepreneur in Sunday school. Okay, so
guys, I was making disciples of men while Blue was making...
I was making employment. So which one does the government like more?
Everyone's got tracing back and they're going to look into where was this? Was this at? No, we're not going to try and work this out, guys. We're going to work this where he's going. Don't work it out too much. But listen, guys, we bumped to the video. We're just having fun, just looking at the studio, just looking at where we can, just looking at, setups and the full-on evolution of Blue. He's been hosting radio like from a long time. So it comes in the studio. He's like, this is a different set of gear anyway. So totally, it's just like great. But the technology is amazing though. What we can do from home, from just independent setups now compared to before.
It is, you know what it is though, with all these, when I'm sitting here and I look at all these lights and gadgets, I feel like I'm in a scene of Star Wars.
Come on now.
Like I'm waiting for like Darth Vader to just rise up, because everything is just blinking and moving, and it's very techy. Yeah, like my head's like, yo, I ain't got a clue. I just want to press all the buttons.
Yeah, man. No.
And then see what happens. Remember Dexter's Laboratory?
Oh yeah, do it, man.
Like, DD, don't press the button.
I thought he was gonna come up with Powder Puff anyway. But anyway.
Don't get wrong, no Powerpuff Girls with the lip.
No, be quiet. Comes out the closet now.
They got the 80s, right?
Yeah, the Barbie. Anyway, we'll talk about the Barbie dolls. But anyway, it's like, right, so we're bumping into something this week, as you can see in the corner of the screen right in front of me, right there still, You see something, you see somebody ready to preach who's already looking a bit golden in the background. It's already looking a bit golden on top still, But everyone, have you heard about the pastor?
Marvin Sapp. No, I'm joking, it wasn't Marvin. But it does look like Marvin Sapp when you look at it though, innit? Well, like, never would have made it. But anyway, sorry, I'll let you carry on there.
Blue's been living out in the outskirts too long, and he's thinking if there is every black person looks like a black person.
It's true, though.
No, it's not true.
I'm gonna say Mars Monroe next, but yeah.
I'll tell you who it looks like. But anyway, so guys, we're gonna play this video and let's let us know what you not even what you think. We're gonna let you know what you think. Somebody got robbed. Let's see what this article says. It's 1 minute from the Guardian. This is what it came out with, guys.
Yo. All right.
1 million pounds worth of jewellery.
Amen.
And that guy's just sitting down there with his Bible open.
When I laid down on the floor, when the young men came and put the gun to my back, as y'all see on the video, they, took my watch, took my jewelry, took my bishop's ring, and then they took my bishop's cross, and he ripped my collar off just to get to my jewelry.
Come on now, whip it off.
It's going to take your socks off to get your collar, is it?
Yeah, man.
And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, why are you so flashy? It's not about me being flashy. It's about me purchasing what I want to purchase. And it's my prerogative to purchase what I want to purchase. If I worked hard for it, I can purchase what I want to purchase.
Good point.
You see.
What do you mean? You see what? So what? So how you feel about that, bro? Because like for me, if the man's robbed, but man's just example of why churches are kind of like people are vexed about going to church and whatever they're saying because the pastor's loaded. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't get paid. You know what I mean? But bro, almost it's gone up to 1 million. So you say 1 million. It's $400,000. But now it's gone to 1 million still. I don't know about 1 million there still, yeah, because that's some like who has £1 million of jewelry. So let's just be real. It could be 150. Really, realistically, because you know the people I think newspapers kind of like ooze it all up for 150 to 1 million. There's no way a pastor will have £1 million of gold blood.
Remember, it's him and his wife though.
Listen, guys.
So the first part of me was wondering, like, I would want to know how much on a regular monthly basis are they paying their 10%. That's what I want to know first. Like, are you paying your offering? Because if not, then you need to be paying for me. That's the real thing. Second of all, he was saying they took the bishop's ring. I didn't know bishop's rings cost so much money. And then he's obviously the chain as well.
I know the Super Bowl ring costs a lot of money.
The Super Bowl ring costs a lot, but it sounds like it's just on the same level as the Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, for real.
But you're fighting for Jesus, best team. And then obviously you've got the chain as well, which I've not seen any pastors or bishops wearing a chain at that value, unless over in the UK you're the Lord Mayor.
Okay.
But I totally agree with him. If you work hard, then why can't you buy good things? But if he's using the offering money, nah.
Right, so whether it's offering money and whatever, you find out the heart of pastors in this for me, and just what my expectations is of pastors. Now, being paid is something fantastic that we want to be doing.
Yeah.
What is and I feel that sometimes in our Afro-Caribbean community, we have a low pay expectations for pastors. You know, when you look to other communities, I remember one time when just say for example 40k 50k, if you hear that in our community, you'd be like, he needs to be on minimum wage. So they feel that you shouldn't get paid, but I do believe that pastors should get paid and paid half decent, 100%. I'm not too fussed with that. But what my concern is when it comes to this, bro, is ultimately my thing is this, you know, if you're gonna be having so much jewelry that costs so much, yes, you want the bling, but Sister Sue can't feed her pitney. If you truly have got a servitude, you should be serving your brethren, your fellowship. I'm not saying you give the money back away, you know what I'm saying, but there comes a time when you have to go, she can't feed her children, or they're struggling. You know what I'm saying? But you're there with a big massive chaps telling them about God is going to break them through when you've got the breakthrough on your neck.
There's so many ways you can look at that. Like in a slack way, you feel like, well, who told Sue to go have so much children in the first place? If you can't have children, you can't afford them, then you need to be looking at, you know, like, should you be having so much children? And I know that sounds like a harsh thing to say,
but the reason why she has so much children because she has no father. And the reason why she got no father because the father had to rob somebody because the pastor before did not look after the family and support the family and get them a job. So the knock-on effect is knock-on effect. She's just knocking effect. Is it? What's that? We are not only meant to be the spiritual, but we also are the economical center for our community.
Which I totally agree, but I think everyone has a decision to make, man. And I think if a man, I mean, here's the problem. First of all, the robbers knew where to rob him because clearly
he's been bragging about his money.
They've been talking. You know what I mean? Like guys don't just rock up and be like, "Oh, let's rob the offering basket," or "Let's go take the communion plate." Oh, we just realized the pastor and his wife. Let's put that out there, which wasn't on the video.
Yeah,
the pastor and his wife were carrying chains. So he said it was a bishop's ring and a bishop's whatever. But from the sounds of it, the wife was also carrying and looking like some 2 chains as well. I get that in terms of you're holding a lot of value, and actually that made the robber say, you know what, I know somewhere where we can go and get some money or rob somebody and we can get a lot of money for it. So he kind of put them all in danger by sharing or wearing his wealth. Nothing wrong with wanting that wealth stuff, but you don't have to wear, you have to be careful where you wear it. Like if you go to a dance and you're wearing a Rolex, and you know that there's certain people in that dance who are happy to just rob you for that Rolex because they see the wealth of it, then you're wearing that risk and you're putting other people in danger.
I hear that. But my thing is, and I think that a lot of people within our community is in the cost of living crisis that we're suffering right now, bro. And to be honest, has the church exploited the poor for themselves? Because they're quick to preach and pay tithes and offering? Because straight away you're thinking, have they been paid the tithes and offering? Straight away you go for tithes. You know what I'm saying? Are they putting into the vineyard? Do you have full-time youth pastors? Do you have certain things? So I'm like this, before you take $250K a year, pastor, have you got a team that's been paid? So if, for example, you had a 250K a year, you know what I mean? And listen, that's a big amen for majority of the churches. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's a very big in Birmingham. Definitely there is probably only 2 churches can do this. But anyway, 250K budget, just nice and easy. 250K a year into wages, yeah? Why should a pastor get 150 to 200K? Because
he's doing the Lord's work.
Well, for me, if you did a percentage threshold, the pastor is going to need to at least have 4 or 5 strong paid workers from music minister to different things like that. You know what I mean? Youth pastor. You know what I mean? You've got administrator. You know what I mean? You know, so you got key heads. Maybe not even a full time, but part time workers. Having workers that come in through the holidays to take care of. You know, I pick the on rolls, but no, put them in, and also, do you have Sunday school? Do you have Saturday school? Do you educate the children on top of what they're doing? Because mosques do it. So what are churches doing?
You know what I mean? Looking at that video,
it could be volunteers, but you know what I mean. But but we need to go out of that and start looking at how taking money, but are we thinking, okay, am I going to take as much higher wage now and bling now, and not think of tomorrow and plant the seeds for tomorrow?
But I think churches, particularly black churches, have always been on the scale of bigger looks better or blingier looks more appealing. Let's bring people in. So you get like a lot of churches, particularly over here, that were happy to make their church look big. So we've got bigger churches, we've got bigger sounds and music, sound and worship team. And we sound great on Sundays, but there's not a lot of substance coming through. But I think looking at the video of that guy's church, it's clear. I'm not saying it's a budget church, first of all, but it doesn't look like it's a much of a wealthy church, because there's 5 people there. Well, I look like a couple people there. You know what I mean? You had the brother sitting in the corner with the book open the whole time they're getting robbed. Didn't move once. I thought it was a wax statue. But then the whole setup of that big, the symbols behind of what the church represents and the pulpit looked a little bit like when the Taliban's are making a video like I kind of thought that first of all. And I thought, wow, like that looks very budget. Plus, you're a cameraman. You know about media. For the camera to be fixed in one position, and then clearly they haven't got other ones, it's because
got no volunteer.
They got nothing there, man.
Yeah, he got nothing there. Yeah. But it's amazing. But the thing is, I heard he does good business. He does good business outside and whatever. But this is the case is, if you do business outside and you tithe back into the church, or you bless the church with offering, because obviously we don't do tithes anymore, thanks to the dollar, you know. So I still but ultimately still Now, at the end of this, I believe you should contribute, whether it's your finance or with your gift as well, because that's what they used to do in the old days. And we had to show is, bro, if all you have is harvest, it's once a year you come into church with your best. And some of us don't have much money, and we sow into church as skill set. You know what I mean? And that's where we get mixed up, the skill set of maybe youth work that we involve, youth work and caring, bro. That's big. That's a wage.
But then also look, you gotta look as well.
Yeah, go on. I'm throwing things out there.
I know the church needs to be doing that, but then it also shows the state that we're in. But that young black youths would go into a church with a gun. True. And hold up a pastor.
No conviction,
like back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, we were told to respect our elders, even if you didn't like them, you know what I mean? You have to be very respectful. So the youth of today is happy to walk into a church with a gun and hold them. Now, here's where I'm annoyed is when a white young guy came into a church and took out everybody, took to the streets. That's not acceptable. It's racism and blah, blah, blah. Young black boys have gone to a church and hold a church together.
Are we doing right over there?
Ain't no one on black in their social media, no one walking the streets, ain't no one waving no banners. So therefore,
Blue.
Are we biased in terms
we
of?
We're meant to be going there, Blue.
Bro, you have to address that, man. This is where we're at, man.
No, 100%. I think you got it right there, and that's something that Rico, speaks a lot about. You know what I'm saying? With the youths stabbing each other, are we going out there and protesting when our black youths there? But if a white youth stabs us, it's World War II, and I totally agree with that. I feel that our own black and black crime is this, and I feel that how we treat each other in church is black on black crime, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, how we treat pastors, how pastors treat the brethren is black on black crime.
Yeah.
I think the abuse, the lack of knowledge, the actual knowledge, because the reality show is as Afro slaves or Afro Caribbeans, we are of slavery. So there's a certain economical lack of knowledge that we have when we approach things.
Yeah.
And that's for me a reality for us as a people, as you know what I mean, and sometimes when pastors come out, my brother said to me, you know, he no longer goes to church, but like he would say to me, well, we looked at previous pastors, they were doing really well financially by learning the property ladder, but never told his other brethren in his church how to get on that. So they don't want to see wealth growth within the brethren. They're just seeing it grow in their self and talking about how God is good to them. But the reality show is what you teach the others, they don't have to take up what you're doing, but you could teach the others how to develop wealth, how to change mindsets when it comes to wealth, how to not to be a slave to a work job, and smart when you go to work. Do you want to be in the job that is stamping till you're 65, and then when you get there you have no life left to live a life, you know what I mean, whatsoever. So it's them dynamics. But when you look at my colleagues when they're my age in their 40s, my non-brown colleagues, they're playing golf on a Friday. The work and play golf on a Friday. Brethren, we ever play work 5-6 days a week, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, that probably 6-7 days, man. You my son creates. You know what I'm saying? So it's having all that, and this is my challenge to the pastor. He said, yes, he's done well for himself, and he's wearing his chaps and he's wearing his things, them so he's bling. But brethren, have we told the brethren how to be successful? As he told that brother who looked like a normal brother on the side, he said there was no. He was just wearing a grey suit, bro. You know, suits that ain't changed for the past couple years. Go.
But I mean, looking at this pastor, I don't think he was successful in one sense, because he said in the interview, you know, I should be allowed to buy nice things. But again, I'm going to keep going back to stuff because you have to look at what they've said. He said it was a bishop ring. Now, for those that are not aware of what a bishop ring is, it's something when the church has nominated you, if that's right, to be a bishop.
We don't do jewelry.
Well, yeah. Well, we don't over here. We don't like probably get you something from Argos, but they've obviously put together collectively to buy that ring and buy that stuff for him to wear. And then obviously he wears it to kind of symbolizes that he's at a higher level in terms of the pastoring. And so for him to wear his wealth, he didn't make that money for himself. That was the church collective coming together, paying for it to let him have it. Now, had he been someone, like you said, who understood finances and said, here's how I've made my money, guys. You know what? Sunday is about the message of God and blah, blah, blah. But on a Tuesday, let's do finances. Let's talk about death.
He could be doing that, guys. Don't get it twisted. But he could be doing that. So, you know, but these are all like questions and thoughts that we kind of working out from this, because it's a challenge. And I hope people listening in terms of what does the church mean to you? And the thing is, a church has just meant, and I've been talking to somebody about this, it's just about going, Lord, come and pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. It's been pick me up from day dot. Listen, the reality is we're living in a world that we need things to get done, and you know what I mean? So we need to help the poor. To help the poor, we need to have food. To have food, we need workers. We need finance. We need to help the places. The reality show is, bro, over a decade ago, charities people weren't looking to help Christian charities because we're too churchy. Now they realize that if it wasn't for the church, there will be no food banks.
Absolutely, 100%.
So we have now,
pastors,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So so when they're seeing how we stepped up with food banks, they realize that, you know what, faith has a part to play in the community. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to see now in churches is you successful pastors, leaders, deacons, because all the rich people tend to be deacons, you know. He never preaches, he never teaches, but he's a deacon in the church. He handles deacon of finance, you know what I mean? You know, so the challenge is for you is, are you teaching the next generation to be greater than you?
And the answer is no. And I don't think they can, because you can only deliver and teach what you know. And I think if they knew it, they would have done it. And I think I think some of them would have done it, and I think I don't know. I mean, I've been in church.
We haven't been taught, but well, listen, right, guys. So we've got a couple minutes because I gotta go and do another live show. But anyway, we just say, but it's like, where you have to open up this kind of way. But for me, still, bro. The biggest bad habit of the Afro-Caribbean community is not to hand down our treasures. We die with treasures. We don't hand down.
I think that's one of our worst. I think one of our biggest traits of Black Caribbean people is we're our worst supporters of our own people. So we do not achieve, we do not celebrate our successes. But we celebrate in high volume our failures, and then we make sure that's widespread. You know what I mean? Because I think we forget how strong we are in volume and how strong we are in power. Me and my wife, I know we got a short time, but me and my wife was talking today and saying, we've accepted the title minority. You know what I mean? Had we got rid of that title and realised our power, they could never be putting labels on us. But we accept it though.
It's how can you be we're the minority even in Jamaica, mate?
Yeah, this is the thing.
Well, we're the minority in Africa, mate.
In Africa, you're minority. Okay. But then we accept and believe that, and then we live to the level that
we live like we're a corner of this world. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we got into a corner. We got into corners. Sorry, guys, we do a 10.0 version in
we will.
You know what I'm saying, in that still anyway. So yeah, so don't worry. We are just doing a test here in the studio. We end up talking about this anyway. So yeah. But listen, guys, my advice is, Pastor, all the best, man. Yo, man who teeth his things. Respect. I hope you'll be able to pay the bills and whatever there's from the pastor's thing, you know.
Question the black brother that was sitting in the corner that didn't move. And also, on the last point is, I know we all have our problems, but the bishop's wife swore. If you listen back to it, she said the F word, the iPad. I'm just
bleep, iPad there.
So she had an iPad that she left as well. She didn't care. I should have took the iPad. But anyway, just putting that out there.
I'm cool because I don't swear.
I don't swear. I don't. Yeah, my mouth felt funny. So yeah.
And you know what? That's how the dudes go. Anyway, that's a whole other subject. Yo, guys, this is Roger Blue. You're the free to extra. Oh my goodness sake. Should we swear? That's a whole. Sorry to all my friends and the presenters. They're gonna say, "Oh, I can't go for that." Anyway, don't expose anybody.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you. I hope you enjoy.